Boom, hard in. Let's go. How about them Jays? Saturday, special edition covers his baseball best bets. Game 2, World Series down in Toronto tonight. If you got tickets, just sell them. Just sell them. That's the best ROI. If you got I think general admission was like $350. If you got some of those, I think you can turn around and sell one of them for like 14 to 16, maybe more today on the Saturday. But that's, do you want to watch it? Good to see the boys back there in the chat. Blue, Nick, hey, Chris, couple Chris's. Why have the stacks forsaken us? Creamy Wheat says, yeah, it was off today. Today should be a good day. Yesterday, took a little time off the stacks, watched some baseball, watched an absolutely dominating game of baseball. I mean, it was 2-0 for a bit. I had both teams to score in the first 3 innings. That didn't hit till the 4th, so that was a loser, sadly. I'll take the Varsho loss, which should have been 0, not 1. I'll take the Varsho loss on that dinger. But Addison Barger, pinch hit, grand slam, insane. That was exciting. Then you got the Basset Hound coming in, locking things down. That was a special game and an absolute tone setter for what you see today. And we got some picks. But before we get to them, hit that like button, subscribe, do all the things that help us float the boat here, so they say. Muncy, 2 strikeouts at plus 210 was nice. Nick Porto still playing the over 1.5 strikeouts. Attaboy. And yes, hockey is kicking my ass. And that's what it is. Calgary Flames all of a sudden wanted to score 3 versus Winnipeg. They didn't win, but they scored 3 somehow, still a loser. But we got some afternoon hockey today. The Leafs game's been bumped to 5 o'clock so they can lose to Buffalo again early. That should be an interesting one. We got to wait to see if Chris Kreider is back for Anaheim, because that Anaheim-Tampa Bay game is ripe for some ruckus, so they say, over with the Sniffers. Let's get to some baseball plays. How about that? Why don't we just fade the opposing pitcher facing the Toronto Blue Jays? Because it's worked every time. They put up the graphic during the game last night of all the aces that this Toronto Blue Jays team has knocked around. Just slapped their butt and said, you go sit down. And Yamamoto's the next guy up. And this is the more I'm digging into Yamamoto, the more I think this is just going to be an absolute clunker. And if he followed me all year talking baseball, this comes into one of my favorite angles to fade a pitcher. It's at 18.5. I'm willing to pay 30 points, maybe 35 points. But if it's any more than that, if you're getting to that number and it's minus 50, wait for it to get to 17 and get the big plus money. That's where it is. But 18.5 at 30 points in a playoff game? In a playoff game? Have we lost our damn mind setting these lines? Blue, that is a perfect play too. I was thinking about that one too. That one will go into the account, but I didn't want to tell everybody. And rest in peace, yes, the Will Smith parlay. Both starting pitchers under 5.5 strikeouts. Now, here's another thing that we're seeing later in the season. If you're a predominantly splitter pitcher, like Yamamoto is, like your Savage is, like Gosman is, it seems the later in the season goes, to have that splitter consistent through 4 innings, 5 innings, is pretty damn hard. And Yamamoto has just been asked to do way too much. He threw 94 pitches last year. He's almost at 200 pitches this year. His wheels are going to fall off. Yes, I know that he came from the MPB where 120 pitch counts aren't out of the way, but this is a Japanese arm that's had a lot of run through his entire career. And now he's getting pitched. He's coming off a complete game, 111 pitches. He threw 113 pitches in the wild card game versus Cincinnati. The next game versus Philadelphia, did he come out with his A stuff? Hell no. He threw 67 pitches, gave up 4 hits, 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, and he only had 2 strikeouts. Games coming off high workloads diminish your efficiency and execution. And I think versus a Toronto team that, Snell had 25 pitches in that first inning. They can run up the pitch count. In the inning they knocked him out, you're like, oh, Snell's going to get to 18. No. And all of a sudden now you're facing maybe a 2-0 deficit, and Yamamoto doesn't have it. Does Dave Roberts kind of pull the leash and say, uh-oh, we got to go somewhere else? So Yamamoto is a good target to fade. I like his under strikeouts. I like his outs the most. And if that hits 17.5 at plus money, I think that would probably be my best way. Would I reverse it? When I just said that, what's her name? Missy Elliott lyrics just came into my head. Now, I wouldn't tell anyone to do it. Let's say that, Nick Porto. I don't suggest doing that because I don't think that's probably the smart thing to do. Would I, as a donkey on Saturday night with the buddies, with the game on, check in right before first pitch saying, oh, Yamamoto flipped to 17.5 plus 130? Yeah, I might double dip. But that is not financial advice. The financial advice is the 1830. There you go. Chris McCauley saying Kershaw could see. Like they have some stuff. They have some ability to bring in that piggyback starter, and I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened. So what's Blue saying? Innings. I took under 5.5 strikeouts. Innings, not pitches. Does it say pitches? I don't think it says pitches. I don't know where that was. But no, there we go. Yamamoto's a great fade today, I think, coming off big workloads. And if that splitter doesn't split, and we've seen a lot of guys with the splitter not split late, that fastball that he throws to set it up, not a great pitch. And we've seen a velo dip. It's just on Baseball Savant looking at his velo dip. Went like this. Oh, he's pitching so good. And now we're starting to see that part. We're starting to see that part on everything. Fastball average, the splitter average, and his curveball, not great either. So let's get that. Let's beat up on that splitter. Let's keep running. Both teams to score 3+ runs, plus 120. You saw what Ohtani can do, and it's dangerous. The top of that order is tough. Andy Pah has his booty cheeks. He is maybe the worst 9-hole hitter in baseball right now. I think he's like 1 for 75. But both teams to score 3+ runs, plus 120. Gausman hasn't been great. Let's be honest. We haven't seen a great pitching performance in a while since Trey, but they've done good enough to get where they need to. And that's what we saw with Trey Savage last night. Didn't have his best stuff, gave up a couple, but didn't get blown out of the water. There were some chances. We saw Bieber in Game 7, same stuff, fought through, didn't have his best stuff. And now at the end of the year, we're starting to see some guys not have their best stuff. We're seeing a lot of walks from the Blue Jays on their starting pitching staff, which can turn into something, that's for sure. I'm a degenerate. Yes, Nick Porto, we all are, but we'll figure that one out. And here's Josh hating on the Jays. Let's go Bo Bichette, or as Debbie calls him, Boba Fett. Boba Fett under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, minus 105. And the only edges here, the bat looked great, but they did pinch run for him. So I don't know if Bo's going to sit there and play a full game. Right? We might see another 3 plate appearance game and not be on the bases for that 3rd plate appearance if he gets there. Now, the scary thing, if you're a Jays fan, Bo's hitting out of the 4-hole. Sure, if he takes the bat out of his hand and puts IKF, now all of a sudden we have a 9-hole guy hitting in our 4 spot. And that was in a game that was tight. I don't know where Bo Bichette, now that the righty's on and it's a stronger lineup, I don't know where he fits into the lineup today. I wouldn't put him in at 4th. He probably will be 4th, but I don't know if he goes a full rack. So try to find some ways. His hits market did move. It was at under 0.5, which was plus 210, which was something I was looking at, but then jumped to the 1.5 to maybe save some worth from the books, because that 0.5, there's some worry, I would assume. That's exactly what I was thinking. Thank you, Rich. That was the words that came into my head. I am 42 years old. When Missy and Timberland were doing their thing, Matt and Joe's in Belleville was just, that dance floor was rocking. You'll never see a dance floor hit in Belleville like when the first sound of Lose Yourself from Eminem came on, and the great people of Belleville just stormed that dance floor. Bo Bichette, under. 1.5. I apologize. Lots of screaming in my life the last little week. Let's go to the SGP here. Let's get greedy. I don't want to step on any toes with Al's brother, who should have another great one coming up. But this is what we got. Now, my original one had Barger for 3+ hits, runs, RBIs. I'm like, maybe that's a little aggressive. So Ernie Clement is maybe the best hitter in all of baseball, the best contact hitter in all of baseball, and not putting him in any of your Toronto Blue Jays parlays is malpractice. I don't understand why you would put Davis Schneider in the 2-hole and not promote Clement, but I get it. Things are tough to change for managers. So we go Ernie, 2+ bases. He's just he's become my favorite person, my favorite Blue Jay in this entire postseason. Dalton Varsho was down on him yesterday. Gets the better matchup versus the righty here. Has that power, and I don't think it's Varsho who Dave Roberts is going to be scared of and say, "Hey, bring in the lefty." No, and Varsho can handle lefties average wise, just doesn't have the pop. But she should have some guys in front of him, especially with Kirk. And last one, Barger. Give me Barger in the 2-hole today, please and thank you. Pinch hit grand slam. I don't think Barger's props are priced like he is a yoked human being. He could be the guy behind home plate for all I know. I haven't seen them in the same place at the same time. But this is a guy who, I said it went 412 last night. I don't believe it went 412. That ball was absolutely bombed. Barger is a guy who can stack hits, runs, RBIs, or stack total bases. I don't think his hit market is relative to his other markets because his strength and extra base potential and ultimately hits, runs, RBI potential are higher than others. That's why I wanted to go 3. Never go 4, always go 3. There's not a big difference between 2 and 3, but the pricing's okay. Those are the big dogs I want to go today. Boom. There you go, Blue. Appreciate it. That's the one. And I don't think it's greedy. Like you could scale that down. You could go Ernie Clement for the hit. You could go Barger. What is his hits? I think he's at 0.5 total bases too. I think both of those guys are in those numbers. And then Josh Sheff, appreciate the chat saying Bo definitely looked like he was hurting last night. So yeah, there is some concern. I don't know. I really hope. So my idea, this is what I think John Schneider will do for the lineup today. You got Springer, Barger in right field, Vlad Bichette at second, Kirk, Varsho, Clement at third, Nathan Lucas, and Andres Jimenez. That's what it is. But I wouldn't be so I wouldn't hate it if they moved Bichette behind Varsho. But I don't think that will happen. I think Bichette will have a spot, but I will there's definitely some pinch hit risk there. I know it shouldn't be. I don't know. Don't put Nathan Lucas in the 2-hole. I was trying to go back to find a lineup where everybody was good, where Bo was. Had to go back to early September-ish Cincinnati game. And that's where they had Barger facing a righty, obviously. And that's where they had Barger in the 2-hole and Lucas in the 8-hole. Because when he's going, he's ready to go. 50% boost there for the parlay, 365. DK has the boost there. And just let's have a night. It's Saturday night. You got the Leafs game at 5, so you can hate watch the Leafs. Bet Buffalo stacks. And then we got Jay's game to go up 2-0. To go up 2-0 would just be what like another great. It's just been a great run. Like football is the best, but right now, World Series baseball, that crowd was awesome. If you're going to the game, congrats to you. True fan with a wallet. Let's leave it at that. Oh, sugar. Is it starting right now? 9:30 on the dot. Chris McCulley. The Crybirds. Let's go. Good call, Blue. Bundesliga is starting right now. If you know how I bet Bundesliga every Saturday morning, again, not great financial advice, but this is how I like to bet. All favorites, 1 ticket. All both teams to score, 1 ticket. All 1 ticket over 2.5 on the today's a 5-game slate from Bundesliga. And then the big bet, goals At least one goal in the first half for all 5 games. Usually lobbing about 2 units on that, but that has just become one of my favorite Saturday morning betting rituals. Do I watch Bundesliga? No, I don't. Do I watch numbers change like an absolute true degen? Yes. Yes, I do. Josh Ingles here for Covers his MLB Best Bets, confessing he likes watching numbers change and winning money. That's how I like to do it. Let's watch some baseball today. Let's watch the boys in blue do absolutely what they did last night. 11 runs. Let's go. Yamamoto getting beat up. That's if there's one thing to take away. This game sets up for Yamamoto to get beat up, and I think his markets are too high. Thanks for the pop-up show. I appreciate it. All good. Hardest man, not the hardest man, not for sure. Producer Mick. All right, let's go. Let's have a day. Covers MLB Best Bets Game 2. Let's go, Jace. We'll see you back here Monday, Game 3. See you later.